Hi, I'm Elder Mage, creator of MageTCG, and like many of you, I grew up on trading card games, fantasy stories, and imagination. But most importantly, I grew up right here, a kid from a working class town who just wanted to create something that mattered. When I started this journey, I didn't have corporate funding or venture capital. I had a small team, a big dream, and a belief that imagination still has the power to change the world. Now let's talk about the part everyone's curious about, the art. Yes, we used AI tools in our early development, but never as a replacement for artists. We worked with real artists, refining thousands of images, fine-tuning every piece until it felt right. Without the money of big studios, we had to think lean. We had to be brave enough to experiment, to show the world what's possible when technology and human creativity work together instead of competing. This was our prototype, not the final product. The goal has always been to build a brand strong enough to fund real artists, real writers, and real jobs. We didn't run a Kickstarter on day one. We didn't chase influencers or hype. We did the hard work over a year of development, playtesting, and refinement. We built relationships with retailers across the country. We launched a podcast to listen to the community. We collaborated with pro players from every major TCG, 6 award-winning artists, and an incredible game designer whose mastery of balance and mechanics shaped MageTCG into what it is today. Every ability, every cost, every card power, refined by real people, real feedback, and real experience. But MageTCG isn't just a card game, it's an entire universe, a vast interconnected saga that reimagines the history of humanity through a post-apocalyptic fantasy lens blending magic, science, and myth to remind us of who we were and who we still can be. At its core, this project is about storytelling, community, and belonging. It's about reminding ourselves that imagination isn't just escapism, it's survival. We made mistakes, plenty of them, but we never gave up. Some purists criticized our use of AI, but most realized what we were really doing, building something honest, transparent, and human on a fraction of a budget. Not to replace creativity, but to prove what's still possible when you have the courage to start. And when we saw the biggest TCGs starting to borrow some of our innovations, we didn't get discouraged. We smiled because it meant we were onto something. In a world where everything is going digital, where games chase NFTs, mobile apps, and endless monetization, we chose a different path. We're rebuilding the real world. We're working with retailers and nonprofits. We're hosting local events. We're giving people a place to gather, play, and tell stories face to face. This isn't about exploiting fans. It's about empowering them, rebuilding what the giants forgot, the human side of gaming. MageTCG is only the beginning. We're building an entire fantasy empire from trading cards to a full TTRPG, novels, comics, and eventually film and television. We're here to bring storytelling back to remind the world that imagination is what keeps humanity alive. So if you're tired of soulless games built by corporations who see players as profit margins, welcome to MageTCG. We're not just making a game, we're building a movement, a new generation of creators, dreamers, and believers working together to save the one thing that makes us truly human, our imagination.